Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast for another segment of 20 random questions. And tonight's guest is professional boxer and promoter Giovannie Gonzalez. How you doing tonight, man?
What's up, brother? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. You caught me. Just got done training right now, so sorry about my attire.
And let's explain that to everybody real quick. I'm sure some of the fans were wondering why we started the podcast late. It's because you got a huge fight coming up. You were actually sparring and you just got out of the ring, so that's why you don't got no shirt on, because you're still in the gym. We caught you just getting out of the ring.
Yeah, I literally just got out of the ring about 15 minutes ago. I just did about 12 rounds right now, and I fight November 4th for the WBC title and against Adam Lopez. So should be live. It'll be live on DAZN. It'll be a great fight.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to ask you if fans could see it somewhere. So it is on DAZN. Everybody can tune in to DAZN, pay your money, check out this fight. Now, based on if people don't know who you are, okay, your record and Adam's record is a little deceiving because you're 18-5-2, he's 16-5, but you two come to fight. That's why your records are like that. So if people don't know who you are and people don't know who Adam Lopez is, you guys are going to want to tune in November 4th because this is going to be a fight.
Yes. I'm excited.
I mean, hey, I both of you guys, man, come to fight. There's going to be no running. There's going to be no showboating. This is going to be a phone booth fight, and may the best man win. So anybody that likes to watch real fighters fight, tune in to DAZN because you guys will not be disappointed for this fight. I guarantee it.
Thank you.
No, I'm excited for this fight because when I first found out who your opponent was, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, let me check this out. Why are these two fighting? And then I found out, and I was like, oh, my God, this is going to be a fight. So once again, what title are you guys fighting for again?
The WBC silver title.
Okay. Even without a title, this was going to be a fight.
Yeah. Right now it's old school fighting right here. Two guys that just go in there and fight. We fight for us. We fight for the people and for the sport. And I hope everybody tunes in. It'll be a great fight. Everybody wins here. The fans win here. The sports wins. We all win.
Oh, most definitely, man. Everybody, you guys heard it right here from him. He's telling you it's going to be a fight, man. I don't even – this is a pick-em fight. It really is. I mean, because both you guys, I think it's going to come down to who wants it more and who capitalizes on the mistakes. Because both you guys' IQs are good. Both you guys are smart fighters. Both you guys can bang. Both you can box. I mean, it's going to be an interesting fight. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to get out of this fight clean. I'll tell you that.
No, I got it. I highly doubt it. So at the end of the day, I'm excited and I'm ready.
All right. Well, listen. Are you ready for these random 20 questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I promise Lopez is going to be tougher than these questions.
All right.
All right. Question 1: how did you get involved in the sport of boxing?
My cousin Peter Otto was in the Olympic alternative boxing team back in the 90s, I believe, early 2000s. I would see him training during our Thanksgiving dinners, family gatherings. I saw him doing it, and I got hooked to it. And then I started literally in the streets. I would go around and just box random people, older people than me. I went to a gym, and then I didn't know what a jab was, and then I got beat up the first day I went. It was very humbling, and the rest is history. Here we are 20 years later.
Okay. And question 2, for the people that don't know, I did mention this in the beginning. You're actually an active boxer right now and a promoter. So question 2, why did you decide to become a promoter?
I saw that the way that a lot of fighters were being treated, including myself early in my career, I didn't like it. So my goal is just to help up and coming fighters, help them not get screwed by matchmakers and promoters. That's my goal. I don't want to be a raggedy promoter, raggedy matchmaker. I want to help out fighters because there's a lot of matchmakers, and I say matchmakers, but matchmakers I personally think are worse than promoters because You know, there'll be promoters that put out there like, "Hey, we're looking for a 140 fight counter, blah blah blah." Now, right, all of a sudden, everybody on Facebook is a matchmaker, and then you say no, and they get mad at you because if you don't fight, they don't get paid. So matchmakers, to me personally, are very annoying people because they have absolutely no skills. They've never been in a boxing problem. The majority of them never been had an amateur or professional fight, so they don't know how it is what we go through. So that's one of the things about boxing that I don't like. But that's why I did it to help out fighters.
No, so do you think when you're done boxing, do you think you'll just stay a promoter and be a full-time promoter?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I will stay as a boxing promoter. I will expand my company. I currently own a boxing gym, which is where I'm at right now, KG Boxing Academy. And, you know, I would just go out and look for talent all over the world.
All right. Question 3. Do you have any boxing superstitions?
I do. If something happens, I don't eat the same thing that I ate before the fights, like at weigh-ins and stuff. That's pretty much it. I just try to avoid anything I did that didn't give me the outcome or give me the best performance that I wanted beforehand.
Okay. Question 4. What is something that your boxing fans don't know about you?
A lot of people don't know that I play some semi-professional soccer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I played back in the early 2000s in the MLS, and here in the United States, it was a team in LA called Chivas USA. It was the first team. They played against LA Galaxy, all those teams. I tried out for their team when I was 16 years old. I didn't make it the first time, then went again. I think when I was 17, I made their second team, which I was training at Woodland, California. I actually played against the USA soccer team when I was 17, and actually had the privilege of playing against Landon Donovan. And that was probably one of the fastest persons I ever played against at the time, ever actually. He was really fast, and that's about it. What happened is that I fractured my right ankle. I was still boxing, but I wasn't taking boxing as serious as soccer. I fractured my right ankle, and then I just had to take a choice, and I stick to boxing, and here we are.
Okay. Question 5. What is the craziest or the funniest story that ever happened between you and a boxing fan?
I went to the liquor store like 2 years ago, and then they there was some like gangster looking guy that came in, and he was mugging me, and then I was like, man, like I'm gonna probably have to knock this guy out because he's looking at me like he wants to score up with me. I'm paying for my rent. I was buying a Rebel, and then I'm walking out, and the guy says, "Hey," and I turn around. He's like, "Hey man, you're King Gio." I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, what the fuck, bro? I see you fight on TV, man. Let me get a picture." That was all bullshit. And I just thought it was like, God damn, I thought I was gonna have to put this guy to sleep, man.
He was just trying to make sure it was you, right?
Yeah, he just didn't think it was me. I had glasses on, and like everybody says, I look taller on TV. Everybody looks taller on TV. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right. Question 6. What's the number one problem in the sport of boxing right now, in your opinion?
The way that the boxing is ran through the commission and promoters, and I say this as a promoter. I'll give you an example. Judging. Everybody's always talking about judging, but nobody knows where the problem starts. It starts from the bottom. People don't know this. That when you throw an event in Mexico, United States, Japan, anywhere in the world, you hire a commission. You have to pay the commission to come and validate your show. So as a promoter, you have to pay anybody that goes to the show, meaning the commission. So the promoters literally paying the judges. You are literally paying the judges. So an example, you have three judges. You have to pay them, $5,000 each, right? And then judges are not stupid. They know who the A side is. As a promoter, you expect the judge respectfully to give your A side fighter the fight. In the event that does not happen, in future events, then guess what's going to happen? The promoter's going to request that the judge that got hired not to be hired for that show again. So it's kind of a double-edged sword because as a judge, you're like, well, I got to be ethical, but at the same time, I have a family to feed, so I got to do what I got to do. So that's the problem with boxing that nobody talks about this. They don't know where the problem starts from. It starts from the bottom. Promoters are literally paying commissions, and it's okay, but they're literally paying the judges. So, like I said, as a judge, if you don't do your job right, they're not gonna want to hire you again.
You explained that really well too.
Yeah.
All right, question 7. If you could have a conversation with one person from history, who would you want to talk to?
Um, Albert Einstein and talk about relativity, time.
Okay. All right. Question 8. If you died and you were reincarnated as an animal, what animal would you want to come back as?
Um, Probably an eagle, so I can just fly around the whole world and just look around and fly around.
Okay. Question 9. If you could box any fictional character, who would you want to box? Any fictional character out of a movie or a book, or
Out of what?
out of a movie or a book, any fictional character, who would you want to box?
Like a cartoon also, or
Yeah, any fictional character.
I'll,
Cartoon.
I'll box Goku.
Okay.
Tell him how to teach me how to go Super Saiyan.
All right. If you got pulled over for speeding, what kind of lie would you make up to try to get out of the ticket?
I don't gotta give a lie. They looked me up and they've literally let me go. I was being honest. It's literally happened like a month ago.
Okay. Question 11. What's your favorite snack food?
Cookies, chocolate chip cookies, I guess, when I'm not in camp. And
All
chips.
right. Question 12. Tell me an interesting story out of your boxing career so far.
My 7th fight, I fought in Tijuana, and we got stuck in traffic, and I can see. Hold on. All right, brother. Yeah. All right, sounds good. I was. It was early in my career, and I was one of the first fights. We were watching the fights on TV, and then I was up, but I was stuck in traffic still. So the commentators or the production team, I remember they said they were having technical difficulties. And I remember we were like, man, these motherfuckers ain't having no technical difficulties. We just stuck in traffic, you know? So we were laughing because they were talking about like they were having technical difficulties and they were just waiting for us. Well, we get there and they said you have 10 minutes to go up on the ring. You can't warm up, do your hand wraps, whatever. Well, my buddy forgot the hand wrap stuff to wrap your hands. So we're in Tijuana, so we had to figure something out. I shit you not, we used toilet paper as hand wraps for our hands, and they approved it. And we went out there, and then we did our thing, and that was that. But it was a crazy, multiple scenarios happened. Yeah, on that fight.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Question 13. Who was the hardest puncher you've ever faced in the ring in a fight or sparring?
I don't know what fight it was, but I fought against Ivan Pinto. Our whole game plan was to go forward. We had already known he beat a lot of U.S. prospects, a lot of undefeated U.S. prospects, and our plan was to go forward. And I remember after the first round, I went in there to go forward, and I pushed him. He didn't move, and I said, "Fuck, this guy's solid." And I tried pushing him again to see how strong he is, and he wouldn't move. I went back to my corner. I told my trainer, "Hey, man, we can't go forward. He's gonna tire me out like in fucking 4 or 5 rounds, and it's an 8-round fight. We gotta do something else." So we had to change our complete fight style to a boxer, and we just boxed him the whole fight. Literally, we were just out there fighting him like on our bike, just jabbing, ba 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 ba, moving, and just angles, ba ba. And we stood in front of him a couple of times, and dodged and hit, but it was a really tough fight. It was a fun fight. It was one of my funnest fights.
Now, was he the hardest puncher though?
He was one of the hardest punchers, I believe so. Yes, he was a hard puncher. Yes.
Okay. So now some of the fans might not know this, but I wanna see what you got to say. So you actually stepped into the bare knuckle boxing ring and you won your debut. So are you gonna continue to do bare knuckle boxing and explain to me so the fans understand how different that is than actual boxing?
I'll make it quick. I did it because I thought I was gonna fight somebody that didn't know how to box. So the majority of the bare knuckle guys are brawlers or just they're there doing their thing because you don't need no skills to be a bare knuckle fighter. Respectfully, you don't. So I signed a 3-fight deal, expecting somebody that doesn't know how to box. Turns out they put me with somebody that's 135 pounds, 6'3", and I had 100 plus amateur fights plus a Golden Glove title. So I was like, what the fuck? We did our thing. Wouldn't do it again unless they offered me a lot of money.
All right. So question 15. Have you ever had to save someone's life?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
All right. Question 16. What's something that you're very passionate about besides boxing?
Just being a good dad to my kids, being a good father.
Okay. Question 17. Is there any conspiracy theories that you actually believe in?
Every conspiracy theory nowadays is true. What is there not to believe? There's a lot of stuff that I do believe in, but I don't want to get too into that.
Okay. Question 18. What's the first thing you eat after weigh-ins?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yes. Get some carbs in.
All right. Question 19. What boxers have inspired you in your career?
Sergio Martinez.
All right.
Martinez are good friends now, too.
Okay. Last question. What motivates you?
My kids and myself, because I'm not sure how much you can hear me, but I started from the streets, literally from the streets. I've been told since my young days that boxing was not for me, that I would never win a professional boxing fight, that I wouldn't make no money, that I was not good enough, all of the above. And no matter what, I didn't give. I'm my biggest critic and my biggest fan and my biggest inspiration, because there's days I wake up and I don't want to do this no more. But then I ask myself, is that what I want to teach to my kids and to my students at school? Giving up? Giving up is not an option, because there's people out in the world that would die to have an opportunity to be where I'm at, and I don't want to take it for granted. So I just I train as hard as I can, and as much as I do as how much as I can. I'm fully aware of my age. I'm 33 years old. I'm fully aware you can't box forever. I pretty much got everything out of my checkbox and did everything that everybody said I couldn't. But I still got gas, and I'm still trying to make some noise.
All right. And one more time, I want to remind everybody, November 4th, Giovannie Gonzalez versus Adam Lopez. I'm telling you right here on my show, I guarantee this is going to be a fucking war. Tune in, the zone. Don't miss it. Don't be the guy on Monday morning asking people at the water cooler how the fight went, and then you got to go to YouTube and watch the highlights, man. Tune in, the zone. Somebody, matter of fact, they're both, I'll say it right here in front of Giovannie, they're both getting out of this ring with some marks on their face. It's unavoidable, man. These two come to fight. This is going. If you guys like old school in the phone booth, fighting, not dancing, not boxing, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a war. Pay the money to the zone, even if it's just for this fight, because it'll be worth your money.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I respect your.
really appreciate that. It really means a lot because it's taken a lot to be in this type of position, and for people like you and other fans to know my style and know that watching me is going to be a good fight. It's a blessing, and just tune in, guys.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I hope to God Lopez ain't taking you for granted.
Yeah,
Because it won't shock me one bit if he gets put on his ass.
Thank you, brother. Like I said, I'm just gonna go there and go to work and just hopefully both of us come out healthy and God gives us strength to go to war and give you guys a good show.
Well, before we end, I just want to say I appreciate you making time to do the 20 random questions. I know you're in camp. I know you were sparring. I appreciate you. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're back to we're doing good. I can hear you and everything's good now. So if you want to say anything to your fans before we end or talk about the fight, go ahead.
Just thank you to everybody from day one. Like I tell people that I meet that I have kids that come to my gym and they say, "Well, I want to become a boxer." And I said, "That's fine, but don't forget, you always want to have the plan B, because like a lot of people don't know this, but I majored in criminal law, and one of my other goals in my checkbox is becoming an attorney once I'm done with boxing. It's going to law school." But I went to school and I graduated and I majored in criminal law. People don't know that. That's my plan B. That's one of my goals. That was one of my goals. I tell the kids, go to school, get your education, have your plan B, and then just wherever God wants you to go, that's where you're gonna go, man.
All right, hold on. And with that, the truth has spoken.